loved ones, it's Bernadette, and I'm here with your pick a card tarot reading for Monday, April 26th, 2021. Happy Monday. Listen, thank y'all so much for kicking in and getting in the Kickstarter and getting all your extra books and just being so generous and so kind about supporting the Kickstarter, but really you're supporting yourself and all of your getting closer to the animal allies and your own psychic development and your own shamanic practitioner development. It's amazing. And so, oh gosh, I can't wait till this book gets in your hands. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We still have 5 days left and it would be awesome. The more money we raise, the more that I can do for you all, the more that I can do for the animal allies. And yeah, so if you haven't pledged the Kickstarter, if you haven't seen the book, you've only got 5 days, and no joke, y'all, those prices are going up, and I mean up after the Kickstarter. Because why? Because paper prices in China went up 40%, and I've got to really, really up the price of that book. So all of that being said, I got to tell y'all what happened, and it's crazy for y'all this morning. It's just nuts. So I woke up with the song. Y'all remember that 80s song by Patti Smythe? I am the warrior. Yes, I am the warrior. You know, and she's like wailing back, you know, and she's in this crazy, you know, we look at it now, we're like, that's the cheesiest music video that's ever been. It's even cheesier than Cyndi Lauper's True Colors, which might have been the cheesiest, but who doesn't love that song and who doesn't love Cyndi Lauper? I met her once. She's the nicest lady, and truly a nice lady. Just love her. But anyway, so all of that being said, I'm like, you know, I'm jamming and I'm trying to remember the lyrics, and I'm feeding my cats and I'm feeding my dog, and I'm, you know, trying to put my makeup on while I'm, you know, singing, I am the warrior. You know, I'm just wailing it out this morning. And then all of a sudden Spirit said, hey, you got to go check the lyrics. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm pretty sure I know the lyrics. And then I checked the lyrics and I was pretty sure I didn't know the lyrics. So I'm going to get to the lyrics in a second, because I was like, okay, listen, I'm running behind. I'm running behind because I have to shoot this morning. And Joel, thank goodness, y'all, whoop, whoop, whoop. Joel is back. He'll start editing the videos again tomorrow, and I won't be running late. And so thank you for your patience while he was out of town and I tried to do things myself, which was a disaster. There are things I'm good at, and then there are things that I'm not good at, which is the tech. I'm not so good at that. So anyway, so I sat down, I centered, and I set my intention. What's the card that the collective, what's the animal for the collective this morning? And listen to this. So Tyrannosaurus Rex comes out, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, that's a something for a Monday, right? Because Monday is Venus. It's all about the feels, your root chakra. And Tyrannosaurus Rex has in terms of symbolism and meaning as a spirit totem and power animal, it's got some pretty powerful stuff in it. It doesn't all have to be like, terrifying, horrifying stuff. But, really at the end of the day, they were not lap animals. So I'm like sitting there thinking, and all this, there's this thing I have in my head when I know that I'm not putting the pieces together or connecting the dots like Ladybug has us do. Spirit does this thing where it like thumps me in the head, and I really truly have a visual of like the spirit animals going thunk. Hey, think what you're doing. So I was told, hey, go back and look at the lyrics again. So I look at the lyrics, right? But before I do that, I'm like, you know what? I want to watch the video one more time. So I watched the video, y'all. There's her love interest in the video has got these silver gloves on and then these silver talons that are painted, like this metallic silver. And he's doing this the whole time. And I went, oh my God, there's a T-Rex in Patti Smythe's I Am the Warrior video. No joke. I got the link to the video below. You guys have got to watch this video. And you got to see Tyrannosaurus Rex, man. So I was like, that's really interesting. So then I go and I look at the lyrics again, right? And I've been singing them all morning. I don't know why they didn't hit me in the head, but listen to this. There's a part in the song, and I'll spare you singing it, because I don't have it in me to do the 80s hairband rock wail this morning. But it goes, as passion takes another bite, and then who's the hunter, who's the game? I feel the beat. Call your name. I hold you close in victory. I don't want to tame your animal style. You won't be caged. What? When they call the wild. So, I said I wasn't going to sing it, and then I tried. So forgive me that I'm doing a really bad Patti Smythe this morning, but it's early, y'all. So, and And then it's like, shooting at the walls of heartache, bang, bang, I am the warrior. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. So here's the story. Y'all are going to have to be warriors this week. And you're going to have to be the Tyrannosaurus Rex or watch out for the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Or maybe both, because here's the thing. When you take a look, I just kept seeing their little arms. And while it is the big joke, I mean, I'm a meme person. Y'all, memes and GIFs or GIFs or what, because some people say GIF and some people say GIF. And when I just am a connoisseur of those things, because there are some funny people out in this world, and there are some smart, funny people out in this world. I don't know where people come up with half the stuff they do, but I'll sit, the next thing I know, I'm on Pinterest for 2 hours laughing my hiney off because people have just got some, and then, there's some really inspirational stuff and really beautiful motivational stuff, but I'm always looking for the funny stuff. And there's a ton of stuff out there for the, the little arms on the big terrifying Tyrannosaurus Rex. And what that was told to me this morning, what that means for y'all is you've got to look out for the little things. You've got to look out for the little things that others might miss, but they're going to put you on high alert. And what I mean is this. One of my favorite things in business, I just love this, is when people think they're being so slick and they're, this is my Sonic the Hedgehog here this morning. So they think they're being so slick and, they're trying to hide something from you, but they really want you to know, because they really think that they've got one up on you and they're coming for you. And and they give themselves away every time because people can't stand it. They want people to know they're right. They want others to know that they're going to dominate them. They want others to know they're going to beat them. And they simply do not have the strength to sit in complete silence until they bring the thunder. They always let the cat out of the bag. Now, not everybody, but mostly they let the cat out of the bag. And what I mean by that is this. A couple of years back, I had a person who worked for me, and they had the keys to the kingdom. I trusted them. I'd worked with them for a long time. And then this person flipped BA. You guys know that word, just flipped BA that day. And as we were having a conversation about it on Skype, and I was like, I understand completely, so on and so forth, I was systematically deleting them from everything they held the keys to the kingdom with. And I kept them on screen long enough to completely make sure they could not. I changed 25 passwords. I deleted them from systems, all while they were spinning and having their day in the sun. Let them have their day in the sun. They had their day in the sun, and I'm so sorry you feel that way. And, let's wrap this up. Anything I can do in the future for you, let me know, so on and so forth. Not 10 minutes later, I get an email. I knew I was right. I tried to go in and do whatever, and you've already locked me out of the system. I never responded to that email. You're darn skippy I locked you out of my system. Are you kidding me? You came for me like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. No. I'm a good business person. I'm a strong business person. And I didn't want it. We weren't going to second guess that. We were So I'm just like, didn't that say everything about this person, that after we'd gone our merry way on this conversation, they were going to get back in the system. Now, to do what, I don't know, but I don't care. And so you're being called to be a strong person. You're being called to take the necessary steps when you hear and you see those little things. Now, that situation I'm talking about happened to be a big thing, right? But I had seen the little signs up till then, and had started managing that situation a couple months before it happened, knowing that it was probably coming, hoping that it didn't, hoping it was a phase, really hoping it was a phase, but it wasn't. And I'd already started to manage that. But that person was talking me dead in my face and had no idea I was going delete, password change, delete, password change, delete, password change. Never had a clue. So you're going to want to look out for other people's little their little claws this week, because a little thing can mean a big thing. Now, the opposite of that can be true. In everything I've read about Tyrannosaurus Rex, they don't really have any redeeming qualities. They're just big, horrible lizard people with fangs the size of bananas that would et you and not apologize for it. I assume they were good moms and dads. You know, when you look at this card, you know, that's a cute little picture of that little guy. And you know, in its own gruesome way, you know, mama or daddy Tyrannosaurus Rex is right there, although we assume it's mama because it's in the moms and babies expansion pack of the Arc Animal Tarot deck. You know, we assume that they're happy, but you know, really, there's no data that says they were anything other than big giant lizards that walked around eating other things, and they were horrifying. Now, having said that, it's also thought that they were smarter than pretty much anything that roamed that earth or the earth at that time, because their brains are twice the size of any other organism, living thing, dinosaur that scientists have found so far. And that's even more horrifying, is that you've got somebody running around out there in the world that might, you know, be intentionally wanting to get one over on you or do you a little bit of harm, and their brain's double the size of yours. Now, having earlier when I tooted my own horn about being a good business person and a strong business person, let me tell you why I think I'm a good business person. Because I absolutely know I don't know everything. I absolutely know that. And that is the premise with which I go through all my day, every day, is looking for those things that I need to learn, need to know, so I can grow. And listening to everybody who's got an opinion about something, especially people who witch, moan, and wail about things. Because when people complain, sometimes you can find the best golden nuggets to improve your own business and your own life. No joke. So let's say there's those sweet little brontosauruses. They just have the little sweetest looks on their faces, and all they did was eat leaves. And maybe they were sitting around in their cave one day, going on and on and on about Tyrannosaurus Rex. If any of them had been a little bit smart, they would have taken all the negatives and figured out how not to get et by the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, this might seem like I'm going a bit down a rabbit hole, but I'm not, and here's why. Because what are the odds? Don't you think it's kind of kooky that Spirit put the song I Am a Warrior in my head, and the lyrics of who's the hunter, who's the game, I feel the beat call your name, I hold you close in victory, I don't want to tame your animal style, you won't be caged when they call the wild. To me, that's one of the most inspirational poems, phrases, paragraphs ever. You are the warrior, and you won't be tamed, and they won't cage you at all, because you're wild. And what that means is this. Y'all, what we do here, what you do, what I do, it's about the simplest thing that can be done to facilitate any kind of healing that you want to facilitate, any kind of forward momentum that you want to facilitate in your life, for whatever reason. It's the easiest thing to do, because it all goes back to nature, who we are naturally, what humans were designed to be, and the way that we come into this world is wild and free. Now, having said that, let me say, I totally get that we come in with past life stuff, karmic stuff, all of those things. And I totally get that when we're in the womb, I often think of the umbilical cord as an Ethernet cable that just, downloads whatever into you while you're attached to mom. And for some people, that's awesome. But for some people whose moms were going through really traumatic times, while you were attached to that Ethernet cable, you can come in with stuff. I totally get that. But your basic nature, not your spirit is what inhabits this body at this time. But your soul, which is always perfect, is always available to you at any time, in any way, it's always available to you. And that's what you are always called to tap into, is your own soul. When times are stressful or when things are going cattywampus, just get with the program and tap into that. Now, one of the things that Spirit is asking me to say about Tyrannosaurus Rex is this. Things don't have to be as drastic as the person that worked with me or for me. They're an independent contractor, but you get what I'm trying to get. You get where I'm trying to go with that. It doesn't have to be as drastic as all that. That happened to be drastic, but you know, listen, if you've owned your own business for 22 seconds and you've ever had to bring other people in to help you run it, to help you do whatever, then, you know, you're going to have drama at some point. That it just is what it is. And no matter how hard you try, you're going to have drama. So what you're being called today, and I really think through the week, is it's almost like a black and white thing, a yin and yang thing, right? You're either going to be the Tyrannosaurus Rex or you're going to have a Tyrannosaurus Rex coming for you. Either way, it's important for you to look for the small signs, right? It's important to watch the Patty Smyth I Am the Warrior video because it'll crack you up. But you got to see the guy with the silver talons who, you know, who connected the Tyrannosaurus Rex video with the Patty Smyth, or the Tyrannosaurus Rex animal, spirit, totem, and power animal, with the Patty Smyth video, with the I Am the Warrior. And no matter which it is, whether you're the hunter or you're the prey, you've got to remember those lyrics of, what is it again? Hold on, let me find them. They're on my computer somewhere. Hold on. I keep hearing I am the warrior, but remember these lyrics. I hold you close in victory. I don't want to tame your animal style. You won't be caged when they call the wild. You won't be caged when they call the wild. Now, having said that, let me say this. If you are going for somebody or something, right, because this may not be about a somebody, it may be about a something. Let's say you're going for a new job, or you're looking to move, or you're talking to I don't know, it could be 100 million different things. If you're going to be the Tyrannosaurus Rex, please don't tame someone else's wild. You can win. You can come out the victor because it's already written, right? It's already written in that song. You are going to be the victor. No matter whether you're the hunter or you're the prey, you're going to be the victor. However this situation is going to shake out. If you will step into the power of being your own warrior. If you will step into the power of Tyrannosaurus Rex. However, the last thing you want to do is break someone's spirit. I'm telling you now, that makes them worse. And it makes everything worse than just letting them spin and letting them be a big, nasty, meanie, bullying, hateful Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? And conversely, don't allow anyone to break your spirit. And if you have had that earlier in your life, and you do feel like there is a component of your spirit that is broken, now's a really good time to heal that. You don't have time. You don't have time to be broken anymore. You don't have time to be damaged anymore. There's no time, because you've got to live your life as a warrior, and you've got to let that wild part, that wild, untamed nature come out of you, because that's the stuff dreams are made of. Literally, meaning when you don't feel caged, when you don't feel tamed, what can you accomplish? It's crazy. It's just, I mean, it's endless. That's even just such a dumb question of what can you accomplish, because the answer is any dang thing you want, right? Okay, thus ends the benediction for Monday. And if y'all actually tune in tomorrow, because now Crazy Lady is talking about Tyrannosaurus. You know what I want to see? Please, y'all, somebody film this and send it to me. Somebody get themselves in one of those Tyrannosaurus Rex costumes and do some karaoke to Patty Smyth's I Am the Warrior. I will pay good money to see that. Oh, yes, I will. Free hour-long reading to anyone who does that. If you dress yourself up in a dinosaur costume and karaoke me some Patty Smyth I Am the Warrior, you get a free hour-long psychic reading. So there you go. All right, I love you guys. Pledge the Kickstarter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. But of all else, you know what the most important thing is? To do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.